Konnichiwa. How's it going, guys? See me there? Yeah. So, what are we getting up to this time? I think we're going to stay over here. I want to finally work on the dock and harbor, whatever we're calling this. I can actually check the book. That's why I've got my white hat on. That's my bookkeeping hat. Let's actually swap that out. I was doing some stuff with my books. When you think bookkeeping hat on Minecraft, what color do you think? I don't know why I just went to white. I was thinking maybe green, like like a banker's visor. I don't know. But we came over here to shuffle. What are we doing? Skull. I'm gonna veto those. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with the skulls. We're gonna pick again. A haiku, yes. We did that. Maybe I put that in there twice. Kale factory? Maybe. We might do that, but I can definitely write a haiku. I digress. I was bookkeeping. I think this is it. Yeah, I was going back and I audited all my introduction phrases. I try to come up with new ones. I've said hail a lot. Anyway, I think I figured out the text glitches too. I couldn't find anything online about that. Like, when I do my backups, which is semi-frequently, I saw a clear cache. So I cleared out the cache and then did a backup. And I haven't noticed a bug out yet. So if anybody's having any issues like that, clear the cache. I have no idea why I did that. Like, I've played Minecraft a lot. Never had that issue. But let's start over here. I totally forgot to check this thing book. Dock. Harbor. What are we calling that? Dock or... I guess it's one or the other. Or both. I don't know. This was kind of a sloppy intro, actually. If I hadn't shuffled, I probably would have just re-recorded this. I feel like it would be kind of disingenuous to re-record and re-pick something random. But don't worry, I made a note to myself. I do check my notes to plan out my intros and outros a little better. I don't want them to be sloppy. But let's head over there. So to do this, we're gonna have to tear this dock down and rebuild it. I'll probably build this out too. So I was playing some Pokemon Moon not too long ago, and one of the cities is like built into a dock there, and there's like some pretty cool Pokemon looking like boats that really inspired me on this dock. So that's kind of the goal with this in this video. I'm shooting to rebuild that fishing hut also. So I'm going to tear this down and we will get to it. I've been setting up the coast here to build out the, I guess we're calling it a, I'm still not sure if it's a dock, a pier. We'll figure it out. Here we go though. I'm gonna build up some rocks here, mixing the gravel in. We'll see how it looks once I start actually building the structure of it. I'm gonna like line it right up with this, so it'll shoot out that way. I guess right towards Yeti. Huh. Still working on this coast here. I don't think I showed it, but I captured this turtle a while ago, and I didn't understand like the turtle mechanics. There's nothing, like literally nothing I can do with this guy. I'm gonna set him loose. We named him Leonardo DiCaprio. Alright, buddy. Be free. If anybody else doesn't know how turtles work, they always try to go back to like where they spawn to lay their eggs. So he's gonna travel like way over there and just get stuck on the world border. So I guess we'll at least know where he is. Anyway, it begins. Here's the start, well, obviously, I guess, of our. I'm still not sure what we're calling this, but I did look up what that town was called in like Pokemon Moon. It's Seafolk Village. We're not gonna like totally duplicate it, but I have like pulled that up as kind of a reference material. I'm a little worried too because this is gonna be kind of a larger structure. It's gonna have kind of a high vertical profile. It might end up obscuring Yeti from like back here. So we'll cross that bridge when we get there. But let's keep going. The floor plan is down. I'll head up there and show you. I've not got it like totally filled in, but I'll show you the rough draft, I guess. I've used like an unholy amount of wood. Kind of glad I put the mending on that axe now. But check it out. I've run across this thing so many times without falling, trying to like mirror it. And as soon as I start recording to show this, of course I fall. I'm going to fill this in here shortly. I just have to go chop some more birch. I think I've got some more in storage, but I'm trying to be kind of proactive with my wood because I'm going to need so much for this. I was worried we were going to get like right on top of Yeti, but this is a pretty good spot that it ended up like stopping. So I'm going to fill this in, and I want to put a roof on this before I move on. I still need to work on under here. There's like no supports on this. I wasn't going to do like pier style supports. It's going to be a little more involved than that, I think. So that is the plan going forward. And we're done. Well, with the roof. We're not even close to done with this. I think in editing we had a drum roll there. I hope so. That was the whole point of the anyway. Check this out, guys. Man, I worked on this for a minute. This I think I got a little overdone. I kept trying to like transition all this purple better into the yellow, and then I was like, oh, why not just use purple and magenta wool? That dang traitor, man. This is going to be like one of our big focal points, but we're not so much worried about the stuff under here, the doohickeys and the thingamabobs and the what's-he-call-its. We're gonna go back and do those. Right now I'm just trying to set the structure up. We should get to that this episode though, so stay tuned. Let me show you up here real quick. Well, what do you guys think of? Yeah, there's these mini domes too. Can't forget those. They turned out a little better than well, I think the big one turned out okay too. It's just a little much. It might look better when there's actually stuff down here. I do like the purple, giving it a little structure here. I was worried about it. See, look from the side. I was trying to contrast the yellow and the purple. They were supposed to like complement each other, make each other pop. But check this out. I think this looks cool up here. Oop. I don't think we have any room in our inventory actually. Yeti's alright. Let's actually take a look at this from up there. I already traded with him, don't worry. Okay, we landed exactly where I wanted to land, and that was totally our first take. So, check it out up here. I do like the structure of the dome. I think we're definitely improving. I don't know if anybody remembers the roof I had on that tower, but it was weird looking. This is definitely an improvement on that. I think it's really going to be cool too at nighttime. We'll get a shot of night too. There's glow shrooms in the tops of all of these. It's neat. But before I continue on with the roof here, I just wanted to show like a before, because I think this is going to be really cool. I got the idea when I was up here messing around with all the purple. So, let's do that. Shazam, there we go. This was a lot, like, profoundly trickier than I thought it would be. This is the result of many, many tries of tearing this down and rebuilding it. I tried stairs too. Fences are the way to go, I think, for stuff like this. I also discovered something too. I'm not gonna fix this. There's no way. But this side is 23 from the center dome to this dome, and that side is 22. Like, I was trying to mirror this over there, and I was like, where am I going wrong? Where am I going wrong? And yeah, lo and behold, I messed up with an even number somewhere. Let's jump over here. We can get like a profile shot of this. I wanted to wait till night. We've got the glowstone up there. I think it looks pretty cool. Really like this shot of it. So that's the side I really worked on, and the left one is the one I kind of mirrored. It looks a little hinky right in there. Could probably work on this a little bit, but overall, yeah, I like it. I might put some trapdoors on the glowstone too. I think I'll add some windows. Probably. I'm gonna have to put some carpet up there too, so nothing spawns. But I was waiting to really flesh out the ceiling. I was thinking too we could use different color wool to like almost write something on that. It should show up on the maps. But I want to move on from the roof of this. I've been working on this roof for quite a while actually. I'm gonna start working on like the like I said, it's not gonna be like a pier structure to support this. It's gonna be more like some really big like horizontal logs, so it'll be like buoyant, like floating on those logs. And I got really lucky too. The trader came back, and I actually got some dark oak saplings, and I can confirm with this last spring update they did add like that emerald trading thing. So that's where that came from. It really is a massive game changer for me since we're like trapped in these world borders. There was no way I was gonna get dark oak. I got some drip leaf too, and some tropical fish. I couldn't help myself but to get some tropical fish. I want to make an aquarium at some point. It looked like I tested one. It looked like an angelfish. I'm not sure if all of them are just duplicates or just random tropical fish. I guess we'll find out. But yeah, look, that's pretty cool. I'm really happy with this. I was gonna add some stuff on the sides too. We might add some more coming out on both sides, so there'd be like 4 domes. But I'm getting way ahead of myself. We've still got a ways to go. I've not even added any of the plumb bobs or you know, things down here. It's just like a shell. Let's keep going. All right, I added all this wood here. It kind of looks a little weird. I think it'll look better once we get in here and detail it. Let's take a look at it from a little closer though. I think there's some cool stuff going on. This is like Mark II also. Originally, it was really rigid, like I was doing super straight logs, and then I would kind of offset it and start another log. It looked even weirder than what this looks like. I don't know. I guess weird is subjective. That's just like my opinion, I guess. But you can't really. Oops, it's weird in a boat too. It's kind of neat. Like I said, I think it'll look better with some more detail on it. You can't really see it from back here too. We'll start up here. I did like regular oak up here and dark oak down here, so it's like, you know, dry, wet. I think it's a nice touch. I can't remember where I saw that. I saw one of those big Minecraft YouTubers do something similar. It was with like stripped spruce and I think oak. I can't remember. I can't cite that one. But it kind of runs along, you know, the sides of this. I'm gonna add some like docks coming out here. but it's just mirrored. One cool thing too, real quick, we can totally take a boat down here. I know this looks like really bizarre. I thought so anyway. But I think we can build up down here too and like have some crazy like track come through here for the boat race. I've been really planning that out. I think once we get to it and flesh it out like truly, that's gonna be a neat one. But let me start working on detailing this and I will get right back to you. Alright, we are cooking with gas now. Check this out. I added a bunch of like docks and stuff. If you look at, ooh, I need to put torches on that. But if you look at Seafolk Village, they've got all these docks and stuff coming out. Let me sleep real quick. I don't want to get blown up. This is not. I think this is mostly safe, but those docks definitely aren't. Yeah. I ran out of barrels, so I had to make do. I need to go back and make a bunch of barrels. But yeah, this is it. Here, check out over here. I'm gonna try and build like some boats and stuff in here. I've never tried to build like an actual like big boat, so that's on the agenda. Let's look at this from a different angle. Yeah, we're up here on top of the creeper farm now. This is actually probably one of the cooler things I've built. I think this is a really cool perspective on it. Let's see if we can get like a more of a profile shot. I need to do a bunch of stuff up here too. Yeah, I like that. What we're gonna do next, I wanna go and detail this wood in here and the docks a little bit too. This is taking a lot longer than I thought, man, because like I put that roof on and I was like, all right, cool, we're finally gonna get to like build some cool stuff like inside of it, and I've not even like gotten to that yet. So let's knock out detailing the sides and stuff and get to that. Let's do it. And consider it knocked out. I know I've been trying to work on my transitions, but there was like a week between my last clip and this. I've just been detailing this and working on stuff pretty diligently. It just takes me longer to do stuff because I gotta figure it out. But I'll show you around. Built this this fishing rod here. I was originally gonna, oh, that's supposed to be, I was experimenting with waves, but I was gonna make like a shark jumping up and biting that, but it was too big to put right here. It was gonna cover up Yeti, but I still plan on doing that. I was gonna do like a Jaws scene, but I think the thing turned out pretty cool just with a bobber. Let's look at the reel on the other side. Boom. It looks really cool from up there. But I detailed each one of these docks individually. That was another thing that took me a while to. I think it's a little cluttered probably, but it's just practice. Good practice. I experimented with a bunch of different lamps, so it's not really consistent. I'll probably, once I get more comfortable with it, go through and like standardize some lamps. This is the one I probably like the best. It's got like the hopper up there and the trapdoors on the sides. And I literally just googled like Minecraft lamps, and I just built a few from that and started like going with my heart. Oh, gotta sleep. I'm always so excited now to sleep. There's always a chance that Wandering Trader is gonna show up. We've gotten a ton of cool new stuff. But let's keep going. This is it's a little kitchen, a little sushi shop. Got some smokers, some chimneys poking out top. I'll show you those. I like the pots up there. I think that turned out nice. This is my pergola. I kind of copied it from the river and improved on it a little bit, I think. Made it taller. I actually built this before I got my acacia wood from the trader. I think I can probably go through and switch out the I don't even know what you would call that. The points here to acacia, give it a little more contrast with the pink. But it's neat. I think it turned out cool. Check out, boom. It's called a windsock. I was watching. I don't remember what I was watching, but there was like there was like a dock or a marina or something. And they had that, and I had to Google it. I didn't know what that was called, but I found what it was called. It's like I said, a windsock. And believe it or not, that took me not quite a day, the better part of an afternoon. I'm going to show you a clip now. Yeah, I was trying to make it like diagonally 3D and stuff. It kind of worked at first, but it really got away from me, and it just looked insane. And it kind of hurt my brain to do. But yeah, I tried a bunch of different ones until I finally ended up with that. It's probably a little long. I've looked at it from a bunch of different perspectives, but I'll probably experiment some more with some of those. Let's keep going. Check these out. I went through, so there's like two big logs running, I guess, vertically that way. And I put some logs in going horizontally this way. And I was trying to put like some, I guess, ties on them. You know, like you're building a raft and you're like tying them together like bundles. Um, I also tried a bunch of different stuff with that, and I settled on this. I think it looks all right. What do you guys think of the detail on the wood here? Again, just like these docks, probably a little cluttered. I was trying to break up all the brown from the wood. I think the acacia is nice. I had to go through and remove a ton of cobble. This is after I kind of like parsed it down a little bit. Really got to practice on that. I think that was my first lamppost I built. Let's check out this other side. Fought some pillagers. Yep, yep, yep. Well, I should have used more andesite. I think that would have been a lot better. Yeah, I might do that. I do really like the jungle and the cocoa too. And putting like lanterns in pots and stuff. Yeah, I was messing with buttons. I'm not sure. The dark oak might be a little sharp. Maybe a different color would be better, but I might go through and add some more buttons around. I think that's, golly. I went through and added a bunch of trim with this purple too. I don't know if you can tell, but that took me a while also. But there's one last thing I do want to show you. Let me grab a boat. Cue the music, guys. Perfect timing. This is wicked sick. Alright, check this out. I'm gonna go this way. Oh, gotta make a ton of barrels. Like, I've made it like multiple stacks of barrels, man. It's I've gone through like an unholy amount of wood building this up. I think I might add some leaves on top of that pergola too. We'll see, we'll see. But you can actually go inside of this. Check this out. This is so cool. You can go right or left. It's really the same difference. You come out in the same place. But it's just another bit for the boat races that will eventually make. TBD. trademark, you know, coming soon. Come out here. Ah. Yes. Um, I lied. That wasn't the last thing. This is the coup de grace, as they say. It's my grotto. Check that out. What do you think? Ah, quit jumping. Holy smokes. I actually went through and lowered the water level a little bit. I kind of messed up when I started building this. Of course, I should have started with like the lowest point first. Like, I don't know why I didn't. It's just another lesson I learned. Um, or I wouldn't have had to lower this at all. I just needed more room to build down here. You know, there was just like two layers, and it just wasn't enough. Same thing with the logs on the outside. I think they would have looked a lot better being a little higher up, and we could have built the platform a little higher. But you live and learn. Live and learn. I do like my grotto. I was watching a video. This guy was like, "Yeah, you should definitely make, you know, just a spot to chill out in your Minecraft world." And I was like, "You know what? Yeah, that's a pretty good idea, because we are gonna spend a lot of time fishing. I'm not sure if the fishing rod will proc like books down here, but I still like it. I lit up down here with some sea cucumbers too. Oh, I meant to. I've got 2 coral blocks. They're kind of expensive on the emeralds, so I didn't get a lot of them. But you need emeralds, or not emeralds, coral blocks to grow sea cucumbers. You can place them wherever, but to like propagate them, you have to put them on coral. See there? I was gonna build up like a faux coral reef with like wool and concrete, just like colorful stuff. I just slipped my mind, didn't get there yet. But something for another day. I've spent the better part of a week, like no joke, working on all this stuff. And you know, I showed it in probably, I don't know, 5 minutes. So I'm gonna take a little break from this. We're gonna come back. I still want to build something right here. I've got to work on this entrance. Man, I've been meaning to build some like a minecart track to run to the other side. That's like the first thing I should have done. It would have saved me so much time. But anyway, I digress. I'm gonna work on some of our project shuffler stuff. I'm gonna build that 3rd skull right here. We're gonna fill this out, and we'll head over to the town square because it is Cinco de Mayo coming up. It totally slipped my mind. I would have been a little more proactive with all this, because I think this video will come out a little after Cinco, but that's okay. It threw me off because Easter was so late. I just didn't even think about it. But that is the plan. Let's do it. So a little addendum to the plan. Like, I'm still going to build that 3rd skull. It's going to go on the left here. But I'm actually going to move these. I've been meaning to do something with them for a while, but it doesn't make sense to me to like add on to it, you know, and then move it. So I don't think it'll be too bad to move it. What I've been doing with stuff like that is like I've got a cheap tablet and I'll just take like a picture, you know, and it's super easy to just like look over and like copy something like this. So I don't think it'll be too bad. I should be able to knock that right out. Maybe I'm gonna try and improve it to, I don't know, maybe we'll see. But I'm gonna move it over yonder, over yonder. Huh. I don't want it to. Should it go low or high? Because I want to build like, you know, I'm going to build that 3rd skull, and I want to build like a frame around it, like it's, you know, a picture frame. I think this will require some experimentation. We'll get back to you. Okay, so I'm a little ahead of where I was on these over here. I'm not gonna lie, it's looking a little scuffed. Let's get the telescope out. So this one was totally duplicated. I copied mostly that skull over here, but I went rogue on the sombrero. I don't know. Well, I'm gonna leave it for now. I do want to build the third skull over here. I don't want to go down a rabbit hole tinkering with this stuff. I feel like I can come back to this when I've leveled up, you know, gotten a little better. Because one thing that kind of messed me up, like this skull, I had something I was working off of, but it's been, I don't know, like 8 months. I have no idea. I tried to look like briefly, but you know, it's whatever. I just kind of like finished it. Hmm. Anyway, I'm gonna keep going. I've been working on a rose on the second skull. I've actually not looked at it yet from far away. I'm about to go to bed. This is like I've actually been working on these for Cinco. This is it. I hope it turned out okay. That's not how bad. Hold on. I mean, from afar, it's okay. Huh. I should probably add a little something right there. But hey, it's a nice Cinco surprise. I was using like a pixel rose to do that, and it was like way too big to actually fit on here. Huh. Now it just looks like she's got like a lump right there. I don't know. I used like a pixel sombrero for that too. It was the same thing. I was trying to make like a big sombrero fit on a like disproportionate like skull. I think that was the issue we got into on both of these. The proportions of their hats are kind of off. Anyway, I'll work on that third skull tomorrow. I'm beat for today. I don't know when this is gonna come out. There's still a few things I want to do. It's definitely not coming out. Obviously on Cinco, that's today. But I hope everybody had a good Cinco. I will catch you in the next clip. I'm way up here working on this third skull. It didn't turn out as good as I thought. It's all right. I'll show you in a minute. But I noticed this. Like what is that? I'm gonna have to go down there and check that out. I will keep you posted. Yeah, there's nothing really down here. It's just like an underwater cave, you know, stones and gravels and stuff. I don't know what I was expecting. There are like a bunch of them, and they kind of connect. I guess that's cool. Maybe we can do something with that. But let's keep trucking. Okay, check this out. This is from a guy called Arcade Hero. I literally just Google image Grim Fandango. That's what this skull and that skull are from. Like I copied that one, not like verbatim, but pretty close. This one I deviated a lot from, but I couldn't even tell you the image I use. It's been so long. I picked this one. I was trying to practice shading, but that dark gray is just too dark. I think I would have been better off using just like the light gray over here and using most of this as white. But I did learn some stuff. I feel like I could go back and like shade these two. But I'm gonna call it quits on the skulls. I've achieved what I wanted to do. I'm gonna clean up and like fill in their teeth. I'm gonna move on. One cool thing is I can like pull these down now, and that's gonna open a lot of stuff up over there. And I won't be like photo bombing myself every time I take a screenshot. Like these things are so prominent, you can see that from like everywhere. Anyway, I'm gonna head over to the square, and we're gonna do some late Cinco stuff over there. I will see you there. Here we are at the square. I've got this stuff here. I was gonna try and make like a chili pepper, but this thing is just too small for what I was trying to do. It's a fiesta. Yes. I was waiting for night because I kind of did the string lights like I did over at the harbor. And that was my attempt at a lime slice. So I was initially thinking I was going to expand this, but I was able to fit most of this in here. But I was doing the chili pepper last. And it's just like I've already spent so much time doing just random stuff for this video. it's good I can identify stuff like that now. Like I definitely need to expand this and make it bigger, but that'll be for another time. I like how that fiesta turned out. This is a celebration of Cinco de Mayo on Cinco de Seis. So it's I'm still celebrating the holiday. It's kind of my bad for totally missing it, but it's in the spirit of it. I always this is one of my favorite holidays. Not so much celebrating like Mexican independence. I do appreciate that, but I try to get together with my friends and family. That's I think the spirit of most holidays. I'm not trying to like appropriate it, but I do like to acknowledge it. I don't know. I'm just rambling now. I hope everybody had a safe and fun Cinco de Mayo, and I guess by extension, a safe and fun Cinco de Seis. So, with that awkward, I don't know. Let's move on. I'm gonna go back over to the harbor, and I want to make some stuff, some doodads, in the actual structure. So I was gonna build a lucky cat here, but again, I probably should have done that first and then built like this structure around it. Like I don't see a way I can fit this in here. I've been tinkering around with it, but like there's supposed to be the raised paw, and there's like another paw that kind of comes here and holds like a token. Like I can't even fit the head into that dome. Like I thought I had enough room, but I think I'm gonna just do like a maybe like a wishing well here. We'll have to make this somewhere else at some other time. It's kind of a bummer, but I learned another lesson. It's like I should have started with the base first and just built it up. Like I don't know why I built this and then the roof and then that and then this. Well, you live and learn. A project for another day, as they say. So we're back inside here. I usually don't show stuff until I've like really kind of figured it out and like really done a lot of work. But this is that like wishing well I was talking about. I just put in some valuable stuff, some diamonds and gold, some blocks of chocolate. Oh yeah, the chiseled bookshelves too. So when we're fishing, we can put some of our enchanted books there to keep. I added these bungalows too. I do really like these. I'm gonna put like some beds up there on. Well, I guess I'll put them on both sides. I don't want to totally mirror it, but one is gonna be like kind of like a bedroom sort of. But what I'm working at right now is like the border here around like this area. So I kind of like the planters on the edge here with like the greenery. I was kind of working the leaves up here. I'm just not sure about this. I just feel like I can do a little better. But it's just something I'm gonna have to like. I'm probably gonna end up tearing a bit of this down and reworking it. So I just kind of wanted to show like a where I was at now and where we're headed, I suppose. So let me start on version 2 of this. Oh, hey there. Was just doing a little fishing. I think I've added enough doohickeys to our harbor here. Let me walk you through it. So, of course, that's our entrance. I've left the minecart all the way over there so we can just ride it back. Here we've got our little fish area, little fish shop. I made like a little like stand for I think everything you can fish up. So yeah, that's our codfish. We got our puffers. You fish up a lot of cod. I have so many codfish. Our clownfish, nautilus shells. Let's take a quick detour up here. This is one of our lofts. Yes, handy dandy library. Now check this out. The piece de resistance. I think that looks really cool. That's definitely an upgrade to what we had. It just took a little, messing, tearing down, tinkering, and what have you. I really like it. This is probably, I think I've said it already, probably one of the coolest things I've made so far. But this whole project here, like this whole dock, It's probably been a month in the making. I think I should put something on that trellis. Maybe. We'll see. Onwards. I might put a carpet here to mark these like docks a little better. I feel like this kind of blends into the whole feng shui we've got going in here. Maybe, maybe not. I was trying to like mark it out, you know, with the dark oak and the cobble fence. But I think some more color, just like right in here, would really do it. I feel like I should go back to and give some more definition to these docks, make them more, what's the word, individual. Because honestly, I just went through and just randomly placed stuff all over the place just to fill space. I used a little more, I guess, logic when I was building in here. I actually like thought about it versus just, you know, throwing stuff down on those docks. So we will definitely come back to these and, you know, stuff in general, I guess. I did put carpets down. That's mostly to cover just like glowstone and stuff. That was tricky getting it so there. Like I intentionally left those torches, of course, but I was really trying to eliminate all the torches I could. Got a little greenery in here to break up all the wood. It's kind of like almost fall colors, you know, a lot of browns, bronzes. I like it. I really do. I went through and actually thought of like a color scheme and like executed it. Like I put a lot of thought into this one. I'm really happy with how it turned out. Here's our first stall. That's where we've got all our fishing rods. I've still got all like I think I've got 3 double chests up at the base, but I'm gonna start depositing my fishing rods here. That's where I'm gonna keep old door opener when I'm not using it. And that's our bows. That's like I guess our little junk storage. Ah, dang. I forgot this up here. Go, go, go. Bags, you know. I've actually been using my bags a lot. I thought that was a nice touch. Probably go through and dime, actually. And last but not least, we'll check up the check out this loft here. There's some beds. I've really been trying to work with the Nether Wart blocks. I don't know why. I just think it's an interesting block. It's really sharp, you know. Really makes stuff pop. It's got that dark red with the texture on it. It's a weird one, but I like it. All right, so that's our harbor. That's our dock. There was some other stuff I wanted to do, but honestly, man, like I think I've been at this, like I said, like a month now. I want to wrap this one up. I want to get it edited and move on to something else. I'm gonna spend a lot of time here. That's why I bothered to, you know, do all this, because I've only got the 2 mending tools, and I've actually lost some armor, and I just look how broken up my text is. I said I fixed that, I think, at the start, and yeah, I didn't. Like when I reload the client, it does fix, but the longer I stay in the client, the worse this gets. I think it's like some error with my save data, so I think something is definitely corrupting. So I've been pretty liberal about the backups, but I don't know. It really concerns me. Anyway, yeah, I lost some armor, and I hate sitting at XP farms and grinding that. It's to me just such a waste of time. If I do get mending, I'm probably gonna put it on a shovel though, because I go through shovels. So with that, I'm gonna head to the office and we're gonna wrap some stuff up. Dude, I lost the feather falling on my boots. It's gonna get me killed. I really need to replace those. But I'm gonna go over there. Let's take the minecart actually. While you wait for me to get there, please enjoy this weird compilation of clips of me trading with the villager guy. And away we go. Montage. Yeah, buddy. Been waiting for that. Bingo, guys. We got that spruce. Oh boy. Podzol. I hope that supercut of me doing random trades with that villager turned out okay. But here we are. I'm gonna do a little bookkeeping. Okay. Don't think I forgot. We did have a haiku for my project shuffle. I wrote this a while ago. Yeah, that's how long I've been working on this. Been working very hard. Imperfection, beautiful. In this Book of Bard. Nice. I like that one. But yeah, I've been working really hard on this one. Don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to, like toot my own horn. I know what I'm doing here is still pretty amateurish, but if you've made it this far, like seriously, I appreciate it. According to my analytics, you're I think the only one other than myself that's watched like from 0 to the end. I'm not gonna ask you to subscribe, but please actually do smash that like button. Let's get to 3 subscribers. But in all seriousness, leave a comment. I'd love to hear from whoever made it this far. We did complete the skull, and I think that's the haiku. We did fail the kale factory. It's not an actual kale factory. It was a kelp farm. I just mispronounced that on some video I did, and I thought it was kind of cheeky and funny. We didn't really need to do it, and I had my hands full with what we were doing. I needed the kelp for, what was it, bone meal, and we've got that bone farm now, so I still want to do it. I think we will ultimately use kelp for something. I do like that block. I mean to use it more, but let me check my notes here. I did make myself some notes. I've actually mentioned most of what was in my notes, other than there's been a bit of a change of format. Like I was trying to do at least a video a week. And that's not for like an algorithm thing or whatever. That was just me setting an arbitrary, deadline for myself. Because if I don't do that, like, dude, I'm gonna procrastinate and like never do anything. But I feel like I'm doing myself a disservice because like I took the extra time. Like I missed a holiday. I kind of regret that, but that's whatever. But trying to like crunch, like that was actually my notes. Like don't crunch these videos. Like the quality is like by far worse. Like I really took my time and did this transformative. Check that out. You see J-O-H-N. I guess the J would have been better up here. Wait, I'm missing something. Oh, I didn't get the whole thing. I'll finish it up later. But I think what I'm gonna do is, while I figure it out, I still want to put like a video out a month at least, because I did have a lot of fun doing this. I got a little burnt out working on this near the end, because this was like a lot. But there's so much I still want to do over here. So I'll continue doing this. I'm going to try and figure out some other stuff to make videos on. Like I was doing some Command & Conquer stuff, but it's just like I've done so many of those. And I don't know. I've played so much Command & Conquer. My heart's not in it anymore. But Anyway, I already said it, but thanks for watching. Take care, and I will see you guys next time.